Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Transfer Talk on Fancy Football on this Saturday afternoon. It's good to be here once more with you all, and it's nice to talk the latest transfer on world football. Um, what is there on the news? Toney wants Manchester United move this summer. Matele Ligt to Man United, deal edging closer and closer. We'll explain why the deal has not been done yet. Willy Kambawala Willy Kambawala to leave Manchester United for Villarreal this season. Whether we like it or not, I think he's done and dusted. We'll explain how that deal works and every other thing concerning it. Then other transfers we'll look at. The other transfers we'll talk about, and we'll bring it up to speed to you guys. So let's dive into the latest world of transfers on Fancy Football, and let's talk transfers on Fancy Football. Kindly subscribe, like, share our videos on Fancy Football. We are moving to the permanent place. Share our videos. Okay, welcome back to Fancy Football. Let's dive into the world of transfers quickly. Toney wants Manchester United move this summer. Is he begging Manchester United to sign him, or did United approach his agent regarding what the transfer fee is like for Toney? For Toney, I think he will be a wonderful addition for Manchester United. I don't know what the rest of United fans out there think, but I think he will be a wonderful addition to Manchester United. If you have Zexi, you have Hoyland, you also have who else again in that striking position? You still have Rashford. I still take him as half a striker. Then Toney. These three, you have them as weapons, and you go into a match, you know that you can have a plan A and plan B and plan C. So it depends on what the United board are looking at. It depends on the interest of Manchester United. If the United board wants to get him, you get him. But I just feel that we should have one more experienced striker out there that will help these two young lads that are in the club. One that is coming in, the other that is already there, scored 15, 16 goals last season. So I think it's a wonderful one for United. If Toney wants to come to United, then let's sanction the deal. How much would it cost? 35 million euros or 35 million pounds? And that's his buyout clause from Brentford. And we all know that he's not going to stay in that club this season. He wants something big, something different, something exciting for him as a player. But I don't just know if that will be possible for United to look at that deal, the current board, and if Toney suits the current style of play that United wants. We all know how Brentford play. They always love to loft the ball on the top. They like to put the ball on the top, but United will not play like that. United always want to put the ball on the ground, play on the counter sometimes, most times. Will Toney suit that project? So it depends on him. It depends on the owner, the current structure of the club, the current board of the club, the people looking at the footballing side, the sporting director, the technical director, and the skills director as well. Those people, together with the managers that are around, Van Nistelrooy, Erik ten Hag, Reina Kane. So these people need to look at if Toney suits that style of play that they want to introduce in United. So they have to really look at it very well. It is just plain. It is the fact that United have to sign players based on what they want to achieve on the pitch. Yes, not just you are signing player because of you are signing that player. You are signing a player based on what you want to achieve on the pitch. And basically, United want to achieve wonderful football, good football on the pitch. This pass and move, pass and play football on the pitch, and that is the level they want to be this season, this coming season. That is where level they want to have an identity on the pitch, and that is why you see these guys, Van Nistelrooy and Reina coming into the club, being brought into the club by the new board to see if they can implement that style of play on the pitch. So if you're watching us for the first time, please kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. Kindly hit the notification bell, like this video to help us improve the channel going forward. If we also look at Toney as a player, 22 goals. How many goals did he score last season? Let me see. I think in terms of goals, though he didn't really play much last season because of his suspension, but in terms of goals, Toney. Let's check about his. So if we look at Toney, Toney, let's see. Let's go to the. Okay, if we look at him for Brentford, hold on. Oh, I don't have an account. If you look at Toney for Brentford so far last season, 17 appearances, 1 substitute, 4 goals. That is what he came up with in. Let's see. Yeah, because he didn't really play. He didn't really play much last season. He didn't play much last season, to be frank. But look at his 2022-2023 season. How many goals did he score? 20 goals. 12 goals in his 2021-2022 season. That was the first time Brentford came into that. 3 matches, 12 goals. So let's really look at his profile very, very, very well. I think it's a striker that will suit that style of play. If United really want to, he can play on any type of football as long as the ball is being fed to him in the feet. He can finish well, a good finisher, a good goal poacher. Whether he can do it in Europe, that's left for us to see. How old is he? How old is Toney? For Toney, if you look at his overview, his position is forward position. Premier League record, 85 appearances, 36 goals, 11 assists. If we also look at honors and awards, goal of the month just once in 2002-2003 season. He's 28 years of age, height 185 centimeters, nationality like England. So look at everything regards to him in terms of goal 36, goal per match 0.2, headed goals 4, right-footed goals 29, left-footed goal 3, penalties 11, free kicks 3, then shot 233. These are his records. These are just his record. Then shot on target 94, shot accuracy 40%, hit the woodwork 7 times, big chances 33 times. In terms of assists, 11 assists, passes 1,860, pass per match 21.8, big chances created 25, crosses 85. Then you look at his defensive ability to help the team as well. Tackles 71, block shot 51, which is good. Interception 38, clearance 94, then headed clearance 76. So I think United can look at the profile of this player and say, good. I think he's a player that suits our profile. He's a player that suits the profile of the club if they want to go by what he has in terms of stats. So we'll be looking at this transfer in few days to come and in few weeks to come if United will go for him. If they will not go for him, we'll find out. But I just think that they need an experienced man up front as well for them. if these guys are not firing well, they can just say, okay, let's get this man. This man will assist these young boys to see if they could fire from all cylinders. Definitely, United will play in a 4-3-3-3 formation, whether we like it or not. It has to be a 4-3-3 formation next season, with Bruno at the top of the midfield, assisting the three players up front. So let's see what will happen. Let's see how this match is, the United setup will be ahead of next season. If they end up signing Ivan Toney, I think it's going to be a good addition. There are no better mature striker out there than him. Yeah, I think outside last season, he has the 4 goals he scored last season. In the entire of last season, because he was suspended, he only played 17 matches, scored 4 goals because of the suspension that he had last season. So I think it's a good one for him. It's a good one for the player. So let our focus move from Ivan Toney down to this guy. This guy is still waiting for his transfer. I think the transfer is edging closer and closer. Bayern want 50 million euros, but United say, okay, if you want 50 million euros, which is around 45 million pounds, we have to look internally and structure the deal in such a way that will benefit all parties. So negotiation is still going on with regards to Marcelo de Ligt transfer to United. Negotiation is going on as we speak. Very hard negotiation. United are working on the deal, and hopefully they will present a final paperwork of the deal to Bayern Munich, and it's left for Bayern to agree on what it need to pay. No buyout option. United is a big club; they will not take any buyout option, or when they sell percentage fee, they won't take that. Or what United want is that they will pay that amount, maybe over the course of 3 years, 3 to 4 years. Then that is Vala for de Ligt. De Ligt will be United player. I hope next week the deal will be done finally for the player. And for Zexis, the player have signed a contract. He has passed a medical, so he have done his photo ops. It's just remaining for the club to announce that we know how United are. he has also done his interviews. So the interview has been done. So we know how United drag feet. We know how they do. So let's give United some time. They'll ensure that they finalize that deal. The deal, I think for me, the deal is finalized. So, but they will ensure that everything is 100% before they unveil that player. So let's see. For de Ligt, we'll still wait and see. Quickly, now this young man will be leaving United, whether we like it or not. He will be going to Villarreal in Spain. We call it Willy Kambawala. So Willy Kambawala will be leaving United, whether he likes it or not. Okay. Let's see. For Willy Kambawala, let's just see what is really going on for Willy Kambawala. Okay. According to Fabrizio Romano, Villarreal are closing in on deal to sign Willy Kambawala from Manchester United, understanding it will be a permanent transfer. Please take note, it's a permanent transfer, not a loan deal, for a fee of around 10 million euros, which is good. I think it's good for the 2004 born centre back. Okay, so the deal will include, because United have included a buyback clause in case if the player improve. Yeah, so they have an ability to buy that player back from Villarreal. The final details will be concluded soon. But here we go from Fabrizio Romano on the deal. And in addition to the deal, this was announced like 4 hours ago. Villarreal have already booked a medical with the Willy Kambawala after a 10 million euro deal agreed with Manchester United. 5 years contract and the buyback clause confirmed as reported earlier. So this is just a perfect move for United. They want to see. Yesterday, I think United are just doing their business gradually, taking players in, taking players out, cutting down costs left and right. There are news out there. There are news out there currently, as we speak, that Harry Maguire and Lindelof will be leaving the club. So United just they are doing every deal, both in and out, which is good. We've not heard from Liverpool yet, which we are waiting to hear from them. Arsenal, Calafiori, I think that's the only deal on the plate, and one of these one of the goalkeepers from Ajax. So we've not heard from Manchester City yet. Aston Villa are doing their business. Chelsea, we've heard of them. We've talked about them. Drewsby Hall and the signing they did yesterday on Varga, Renato Varga, the young defender from FC Basel, a young Portuguese. So, but United are doing their business gradually. They are clearing out. They are bringing in. They are clearing out. They are bringing in. So that is, I think, for 10 million euros, it's a good deal. It's a good bargain for United. And let's see what will happen. Hopefully, with this young lad, we wish him all the best of luck. We wish him all all he wants from football. But we're going to miss him. A young defender with prospect. A young defender with like I said, with everything he got to achieve success at the end of the day. So big ups for Willy Kambawala. Congratulations for him. He will find himself in Spain, and he will learn a lot from in Spanish football. There are a lot to learn in Spanish football. Villarreal want him to start, and hopefully, I think he's gonna start. He's gonna get a starting place for Villarreal. So let's see. Let me know what you think about Willy Kambawala. Was it a good idea selling him? Is it a good idea selling Willy Kambawala to Villarreal for 10 million euros? I want to know what you think about that, to be frank. So we just come to the halfway of the program. Hopefully, kindly subscribe. I always advise you subscribe to my Fancy Football. You will get a lot. You will also help us. How would I say? Will also help us improve the channel as well. So the channel is yours. So help us do the needful. Subscribe to it, and let's see what will happen as well. So good. I think it's a good place to be. This is a good place to be in terms of football. If you're in the UK, if you're in Nigeria as well, because this is a UK Nigerian thing. So it's a place to get the best of football. So let's move on, guys. Let's move on. We're gradually moving on. So let's go into other transfers. So these are the other transfers. I have a short video on Sophia Amrabat. What do you think about Sophia Amrabat? Should United give him additional 1 year on his contract, or should United sign him on a permanent basis, maybe on a 3-year deal, 2-year deal with an option of 1 year to sign? I think that would be a good one for Sophia Amrabat. I think the club will decide on his future next week. Let's see. In terms of midfielders, we are short in that place. We need Sophia Amrabat. We need one more midfielder. Hopefully Ugarte will join from Paris Saint-Germain. If we look at Manu Ugarte and his performance, I think he's a player that we should really look at to bring into United. So if you have Sophia Amrabat, Casemiro, you have who else again? Kobe Mainu, Scott McTominay, and who else again? Somebody else. So we need somebody else. So and Kobe Mainu in that midfield, and Sophia, all these players in that midfield, then I just think that it's the future is bright for United. The future in that midfield is bright. Just get Ugarte. You have Casemiro. You have Sophia Amrabat, who I hope United will permanent next week. You have Kobe Mainu. Then what else do you need? You can rotate within your midfield and get the best out of them in every match. Then you bring in maybe one more lads from the academy. There are good midfielders in the academy that can come and learn, sit down and learn, and see how we could really go. The likes of Dan Gore, how we could really go with the plight. So that is it. That is just it for this. Okay, let's move on. Jaden Philo is set to complete a move to Aston Villa. Aston Villa are just buying. There's a breaking news on Aston Villa now, which I'll bring to you. He's set to complete a move to Aston Villa. He has rejected Ipswich Town and also turned down Barcelona. So this player wants to go to Aston Villa. He has made up his mind. He rejected Barcelona, rejected Ipswich Town. Now he wants that move. Napoli remains interested in signing Chelsea's Belgian forward, Romelu Lukaku. And maybe that's why they were looking for a means of offloading Victor Osimhen and Kavista Kvaratskhelia next season, this summer, to see if they could accommodate Lukaku. It all depends on the finances. They've been signing players, they them too. They've been bringing in players as well. Barcelona are close to being in a financial position that will allow them. They are always in financial difficulty, Barcelona, and that's not good for a club of their caliber. Because, and this is what is really going on in Barcelona. I've explained this thing before. They've mortgaged their stadium for the next 10 years. Spotify, they will build the Spotify Camp Nou. So they've mortgaged their stadium for the next 10 years. And to me, it's something they have to do to build a new stadium, to come up with something else, to modify the stadium from head to toe. Then let's look at, they also have players on higher salary. They have to reduce their salary cap to see if they will be in a very good position. Then um, if they can get their financial books, if they can get their financial books up to date, they can bring it back to what it was. Then I think for Barcelona, it will be a good one. They can make a bid for Spanish 22 years old winger Nico Williams. According to the La Liga boss, I don't know why the La Liga boss is interested in. He loves Barcelona, and I know that he has interest more. Tebas has Javier Tebas have interest more on Barcelona, because we've seen him talk more positively on Barcelona and see him talk more negatively on Real Madrid, and that is not really good. You don't have to take side. You have no business with the clubs. Talking about the clubs, you have no business. It should be in the position of the Barcelona chairman or president to talk more about their transfer, not you as a club president, as the La Liga, as the La Liga boss or the La Liga president. You don't have any business with the club. You have to be neutral. That's just the fact. Okay, let's move on. We just talking about what's okay. Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal with 22 years old Italian and Bologna defender Carlo Fiori. This deal has been on for the past 14 days now, and it has to come to an end so that Arsenal can move on to sign better players other players in priority position, like the top strikers as well. Like the top strikers, Arsenal need to sign a player from there. Arsenal need a player from that can give them 22, 23, 20, 22, 20, 30 goals a season, not 25, 30 goals a season. In short, they need that striker if they have to win, if they will have to win the league. Defensively, they are good. In the midfield, they are good. Maybe they just need to strengthen a little bit, add one more addition into midfield, change the formation in the midfield. Then, attacking wise, that's where the problem is. So those three layers, it is the final thought they have a problem. They need a striker that can give them 20 to 30 goals or 25 to 30 goals a season striker. Where would they get that from? They're out there. But they have to sign a striker. They are looking at it. I know. Mikel Arteta, Edu are looking at getting that man. So let's move on. Chelsea Spanish goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga in talks with Al Ittihad over a move to Saudi Arabia. He's 29. Sometimes ago, he cost 70 million euros from Atletico Bilbao, the way he was signed. 70 million euros he was signed by Chelsea. But now look at he's leaving the club. So that is he's talking to the Saudi club, not even the club in Europe. But this is what it is. This is what football will turn you to if care is not taken. So I just think that for Kepa, it's a good news for him. It's something he could really take advantage of and move on. So Juventus midfielder Weston McKennie has grinding interest from MLS side, Inter Miami FC. Inter Miami is the club where Messi played, Luis Suarez played, Busquets played, and also a certain left back play. So for Weston McKennie, I think he has to go back home. His time in Europe has come to an end. That's what I feel. He's still 25 years of age, but his time in Europe has come to an end. He has to go back home and look at and help the league out there. Maybe if he has other better offers, he can take from there, but he has to go back home. Okay, finally, French midfielder Desire Draw is set to decide between Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain if he leaves Rennes this summer. So apparently, this guy, for those that are watching us, please just kindly subscribe, kindly like this video. Please, we just need about 5 likes today. Subscribe, like, and share the video. So for those that are watching us, please do that. So if you look at this guy, a bid of 35 million euros from Bayern Munich has been submitted to Rennes, but Rennes rejected because Rennes wants in the region of 50 million euros. With my experience with Bayern on young players is that they don't handle this issue well. Look at Zexi. Look at the other guy, Tel. A lot of young players in the Bayern team, but they don't utilize those young players very well. There are a lot of them in that team. They have to know how to utilize those players very, very well. And so, and I'm so sorry for Bayern. They don't do that, and that is why they are always in trouble. Look at the way Leverkusen used their young players last season. Young, energetic, but Bayern keep on having this old baggage out there in their squad, and that's why they keep on having problems, left, right, center. So Bayern have to decide what they will do with their young players, and they want to bring in more. They have Olise already. They are bringing in more young players into the team. They have a young manager, so can the young manager prioritize these young players over? Can he prioritize over the experienced players that are out there? I think he has to do both. He has to mix them. He has to mix this because young players are fearless. They know what they do. This guy is a very good guy. He's a wonder kid, a magician, just 19 years old, and he plays for Rennes. And if Bayern can get in for that 50 million euros, I think it's a good one for them. They paid 60 million pounds for Olise. Now let's see if they will pay 50 million euros for this guy, because Rennes want the deal, they want the money, and they want everything. So I don't know. So do tell me what you think about this deal. Do tell me what you think about this deal. Thank you so much for subscribing. For the individual that just subscribed now, let's move on to the permanent side. So let me know what you think. I need your opinion now. Currently, I need your opinion. If you are watching us, I need your opinion on these transfers. Who do you think? Do you think Amrabat should be given a contract, a permanent contract at Manchester United? Do you think so? Do you think Amrabat should be given a permanent contract at Manchester United? So let me put the question now. Sofiane Amrabat should be given a permanent contract by Manchester United. So do we think that he should be given a permanent contract at Manchester United? So let's know. I'm putting the question out there. So do we think so? He should be given a permanent contract at Manchester United. Do we think so? So please do answer the question. Do we think so? Sofiane Amrabat should be given a permanent contract at Manchester United. Then more questions to be coming from my side. What do you think about the transfer of what do we think about what do you think about Ivan Toney move? What do you think about Ivan Toney move to Manchester United? Questions, answers have been coming in. So what do we think about Ivan Toney move to Manchester United? So let's see. What do you think about it? Will he be a wonderful addition to the striking department for Manchester United? We're still on, the program is still on. Let's talk on this chilling Saturday. The weather is so really good here in the UK this morning. It's raining, it's cold, and like I always say, the UK has different weathers and it can change at any time. So, uh, what do we really think about Ivan Tony's move to Manchester United? So we've talked about all these things today this morning. Kambawala was a surprising. He just came out of the blues, to be frank. Came out of nowhere, and he's leaving for Villarreal. He's not just living like that. I think it's a 10 million euro deal with a buyback option for Manchester United. If there's an improvement in the player, maybe if the player is a world-class player at the end of the day, if the player improves, because he's still young, he was born in 2004, he's still young, how old will he be? He's 20 years old now. So if in the next 2 years, 3 years, he hold his own, he maintain, he learn, he sit down and learn how it's been done in Spain, he can be a wonderful player, and United can have him back to the fold again. So that's just it. I think it's a wonderful business. 10 million euros. United are looking for money, and any player that can bring in money now, I think it's a wonderful thing. He can bring in money, and we know that. So they still have players to flush out from that team. They still have the likes of Scott McTominay to sell if they want to sell, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof. If they can get those two centre backs, if they get Ligt in, that is one, and they get either of Euro. I think Euro will be a taller, because Euro have made up his mind that he's going to Real Madrid. So with regards to that transfer, I think it's a very very big problem for United. Yes, they have 50 million euros. Okay, somebody the hold on. Let's go back. Football The football fan zone. Good question. It will be good with four strikers. If you look at when the likes of Cole and Yoke, Solskjaer, Sheringham, I think that is just the idea. You have four strikers on the bench. You have a lot of matches to play. To be frank, this is how team go on to win treble. That's how they, because they have those options. They can rest players. They can rest players in different matches, and still have the same style of play on the pitch. So I think I do agree with you. This was the combination of United strikers in the 1999 2000 season. These players took United to the glory. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Cole, Yoke, Sheringham, they were all there, and they took United to the glory of the 1999 treble. And still, then you need those options up front, whether you like it or not. So, the football fan zone, I think I do agree with you. You know, say Kepa is waiting for Real Madrid. No, Kepa can't wait for Real Madrid. Kepa can't wait, because they already have two world class goalkeepers there. Uh, for Kepa, you should know that Real Madrid have two world class goalkeepers there. They have Lunan, the Ukrainian goalkeeper, Andrei Lunan, and they have their number one shot stopper, Kepa. Not I wanted to talk about. They have their number one shot stopper, the person of oh God, uh, just look at me. Real Madrid. So they have Lunan and they have Thibaut Courtois. Thibaut Nicolas Marc Courtois. So they have him in their rank. So they don't. He shouldn't be waiting for Real Madrid, to be frank. So for Amrabat, I think this was and in the case of Amrabat, the decision will be made soon. Yes, that decision will be made next week. We'll find out if the guy will still be a United player. I think that United have to trigger the 21 million euro clause in his contract. They have to trigger it. I remember I did a video on how the Manchester United and Sir James saved the club close to 40 million euros or 40 million pounds. Now, including the Amrabat 8.5 million pound loan deal for last season. So that has been stopped. But this is where we are. This is where we find ourselves now. This is where we think United can really find a niche, find a place, find a place for this player. We need a lot of players next season. A lot of football we played. Remember, we playing on a Thursday night football, and a lot of football we played in the Europa League. And United will want to win that Europa League, hopefully that next season, and want to finish in the top four as well. So it's a good one for. It's really a good one for these players. This transfer season. I'm just hoping that everything goes well for every club. That's why we need more news all around. But the only movement we have currently now is from the angle of United. They are all over the place in the news, challenging for top players in Europe, challenging for top players in Europe. So let's see what's going to happen at the end of the day. So kindly subscribe, kindly let me know what you think of this transfer. So somebody, let me see, Sifasio the Lime. I hope I pronounce your name. He wants quick money from betting. Yeah, my goodness. He knows with United guarantee money. Okay. But United will not guarantee him money, to be frank. United won't guarantee. If you look at United transfer, they are looking for young players outside Sophia Amrabat and Ivan Toney, which you see the experience in your team, but they are looking for young players that are less than long, because it's a long time project for United. So they're looking for young players that are less than that age, that 25 years of age. That's what they're looking for. So when you use the word is looking for quick money from betting, I think for me, I think it's bizarre. It shouldn't. It doesn't represent what he was. Yes, he has made. I keep on saying this. He has made mistakes. He has made a lot of mistakes as a player. So I think he's correcting them. He knows that betting is wrong, especially you are betting in a match that you're playing in is wrong. So that is what I think he should really look at. So let's take more stories. Okay, there's a breaking news now. I don't know. Let me see that breaking news. If I can bring it to you guys. It's a breaking news now that hold on, because I love breaking news. This is from the angle of sports. So let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I think this news is coming from. So let's see. Before I go back to the lots of breaking news. Okay, official Napoli signed. Okay, that's not the Napoli news I'm looking for. I'm looking for. Let's see. Okay, I can't see that story again, but it's a news on sports. Tottenham Hotspur that just came in now. Okay, so now I got this 3 hours ago. Okay, I think it's a breaking news on sports that just came in now. I'll look at that. So if I have to be honest here, because it makes no sense to me why Kambawala, why selling Kambawala and then pursuit of Euro. And does it mean that you don't believe in Kambawala? He's a good player. No, I think I don't think so. The Fanzy, the football fan zone. I don't think so. What I really think with regards to this transfer, and my opinion is always straightforward. What I think with regards to this transfer is that I think Euro is head above shoulders. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If you watch Euro play, if you're following the French league on top games, Lille, I think he's head above shoulder of Kambawala. He's not afraid. He's not. He's not really budge of taking on big guys, and that is why for me, United are going in. They've looked at him. They've looked at Euro very well. They've looked at him on either side, and it doesn't really. It's a player that doesn't that catch the eye. Just watch some of his clips. Watch him. He's been there for 2 seasons now for Leo. Young guy. Uh, Still 18 years of age, and he's willing to. Kambawala is good. He's improving, but when you compare these two guys, I don't think. I mean, with regards to The financial. I don't know. I don't really know because let me say this: United as a team don't have the luxury of developing players after they've entered the national the first team. When they had breakthroughs, they stop developing those players. They allow the players to develop themselves, and that is what it is. Unlike other clubs, they keep on developing those players even in their first team, when they are in their first team. They ensure that those players, because for those other smaller clubs, it's all about the money for them. It's all about the money they will get when they sell that player, and that is the true fact about it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Okay, let's see keep more because more Manchester United keep repeating the same mistake over and over again. I don't really think so. Okay, send him on loan. Why do we send him on? Why would the club send him on loan? Yes, they've done that. Arsenal did that for Saliba, but Arsenal saw the potential in Saliba. That's how I see it. They saw a big potential in Saliba. That's why they sent him to Marseille for 2 years. For 2 years, you can't keep. You see, sometimes financially, loan are just there because you pay more. United have to pay more on that on it. But there is a buyout option for on his transfer, which is good. If he can develop as a defender, then United have an opportunity to buy him back. And United have set that amount to 25 million euros. Whether Villarreal likes it or not, that is what United will buy that player back. Hopefully. Okay. So you said they are losing a good talented. They have, they don't have as a CBN. To be frank, I don't rate Kambawala as a talented defender. To be frank, he's good, but he's not talented. He's not talented, but he's good. Let's say the fact, he's good. I can beat that with my chest that Kambawala is good, but he's not talented. That is where I don't. He needs improvement, and United don't have that patience to improve him. So let's move on. More messages are called. Please kindly subscribe as we get more messages. Kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. No dull moment on this place. Just subscribe if you are reaching us for the first time. Just subscribe to the channel, please. Good. So we won't be selling him unless we replace him with a young defender. Euro Brantwaite. It's coming. It could help with the third bid. I think for Brantwaite, the third bid I think for Euro, I don't think United can get Euro. But if they can get Brantwaite in, it means that I think with you have in that defense now, you still have Lindelof, Maguire, which I think either one of them will go, which I think Maguire will be the one to leave. Then you still have the Ligt coming in, which is one. Then you have the butcher himself, Martinez, Lisandro Martinez in that team as well, which I think is good. Then you get one of these players. You have four defenders. Then you can challenge for anything you want to challenge at the end of the day. That's how I see it. For Abi Dislow, United want Ugarte delete. No. I don't think so. To United is better for next season. So, but United, if United can get Ugarte in the midfield, that is one. I've mentioned it before. Delete in the defense, that is two. I think it's okay. We don't need every other player all around it. But let's see what will happen. Yes, I mentioned the Onana deal. I think for Onana, I think I did talk about the Onana deal. For Onana, I think Onana should. No, they still need to sell. They still need to sell Everton. Everton have not balanced their book yet. I think Everton will take 60 million euros for Brantwaite. That's what they want. Everton will take 60 million euros for Brantwaite. They still need to sell players. They are not out of the woods yet. I think according to reports, Everton needs to sell two players, and it should be above 60 million euros. It should be above 60 million euros. United can still work on the deal. Or rather, you mentioned they should go for Ignacio, but for Ignacio, I think it's a player that needs to be looked at once more. I think that Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcott should look at that side as well. If they cannot get Brantwaite, they should look at that side. Ignacio should cost 40-50 million euros from Sporting Lisbon. Nothing less than that. That's how that's the value of that should be his value. So let's see how that one goes. Let's see how it goes. It's a good transfer. It's something they can really look at, hopefully. So, okay, guys. I think the discussion is much more better today compared to what we had before. Thank you, the Football Fan Zone. Thank you, Sifal. So, the layman, and thank you, Abibi. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. I think I appreciate it today on the show. The show looks interesting by having you guys on it. So hopefully we will keep talking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. We have come to the end of the show, and I will see you hopefully by tomorrow Sunday by 2:05. No, not in 15. We'll be here by 12:05 every day. 5 minutes gap just for us to prepare for the show. Full, you know that everything has to be set for you guys. Good image quality and every other thing. Okay. Just one more. Imagine selling Kambawala for £7 million. What a joke. Well, while Chelsea can sell posters of a player for €40 million, embarrassing, and the buyback clause. So let's look at no problem. No problem. Everybody can value the player on what they want, depending on the desperation of the club. So that's how the transfer works. If for some of us, if we tell you how the transfer works, you say, okay, Toney and Zexis are streets ahead of Hoyland, so they are definitely upgrades. So let's see for Toney, and I just hope that what happened to Hoyland does not repeat itself this season. You have to give your striker the ball. You have to give your striker the ball, and that is what didn't happen for Hoyland last season. They have to supply him the ball. You have to supply your striker the ball. Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes. It is your job to supply your strikers the ball. That's what happened to Hoyland last season. They were not giving him the ball. Chances were not created for him, and that is where he didn't really benefit from last season. Now, somebody else is coming into that team. Let's see. I hope it doesn't repeat itself. I hope this doesn't repeat itself again. There are players out there that needs the ball. Just put the ball inside the 18-yard box, and Holland will do his work. Zexi will do his work. Toney, if signed, will do his work. So put the ball inside the box. So I'll take that as a parting shot. Thank you so much for watching Fancy Football. Thank you for being part of the show. And hopefully we'll be on air tomorrow once more to talk football transfers by 2. Sundays normally by 2:05 p.m. So let's join me and let's talk football.